Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sam Johnson with PayTrace, and we're back for Season 2 of Power 30. I want to give everybody a big aloha. We're Hawaiian theming it today. As you can see, Eric went out and bought a flamingo shirt just for the occasion, and we're kicking it off the right way.
I'm excited about this. It'll be fun.
So for those of you that haven't been on the Power 30s before, I want to give you guys a very special welcome. These are quick, simple 30-minute sessions, really to give you some insight on what's going on to PayTrace and learn a little bit about some of the people behind the scenes. So today, I'm very happy to welcome back my boss, Eric Jenks. Be nice to him, please, today. I'm trying not to get in trouble.
No, we're good. We're good.
We do want to take some time to encourage audience engagement, though, throughout this call.
Absolutely.
So if you go on your screens, you'll see a little Q&A box down on the bottom of the page. As we're talking about stuff, as you're hearing things that bring up questions, comments, emotional outbursts, please send those through to us. We're going to take about 5 to 10 minutes at the end to get those answered for you.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that, actually.
Cool. So we're going to kick it off with some pretty serious questions.
Okay. For context, I don't know all the questions, so a lot of this is live.
This is off the cuff.
All right, try me.
So, Hawaii. It's actually Hawaii's been a running joke in our office for the last couple of years, and you're actually the person that started this whole thing.
Yes.
Can you give some context about this Hawaiian theme and what's behind that?
I love the idea of Hawaii. I think most people do, but I think the biggest thing is that you want to have fun at work, and I think people want to be celebrated. You know, they want to have their work acknowledged. And I've been part of organizations that have done fun trips. I think fun trips are experiences that people don't forget. Mm-hmm. And so I have often said, hey, we might as well shoot high. Let's have a good trip, right? And the other context for that is I've been to 47 of the states in the U.S., visited, stayed in, and Hawaii is one of the last 3. So that I haven't visited.
So you've never been to Hawaii?
No, I've never been to Hawaii. Everybody rubs it in. Like our talent managers brought it up yesterday. Going to Hawaii next week.
Of course.
Everyone's going to Hawaii. So
except you.
Except for me. But my goal is to get everyone to Hawaii.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's change that.
I know.
James, can you throw up the GoFundMe link right about here on the video screen, guys? Click on that Go.
Oh man,
wait,
I did not know that.
Do we not?
Coming.
We don't. We don't have a GoFundMe link. Eric.
Another day.
You're on your own, man.
Yeah.
Well,
fine. Before
Before we get into the serious stuff, I do want to make one more comment. We had our fantasy football draft.
Oh boy.
The other day.
Yes.
So Eric's not from Spokane. He actually drove in here with family.
Yep.
Draft was at 5:30.
Yep.
Where the heck were you?
Well, at 5:27, I was still on the freeway driving from Portland. I'm from the Portland area, Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Trying to get here as quickly as I could. So.
Well.
And I made it.
You made it.
I missed the first round, but the auto draft picked well for me.
So.
Yes.
I will be providing periodical updates if any of you guys want to know the PayTrace fantasy football status and how bad Eric's doing.
Sam is a previous PayTrace champion, so just to call that out. Yeah. And we've been doing this for a couple of years.
So yeah, good stuff.
I have fun with it. I'm actually trying to decide if I should win this week because my first competitor is actually.
That's my wife.
Sam's wife.
It's my wife.
You know, that creates its own series of tension. Is the virtual win better than?
It's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose. So,
we like to have fun with it, though.
Yeah. Let's talk about some PayTrace, some Interchange stuff. What's going on?
Why we're here.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've done a PayTrace Power30. So we're saying this is officially our Season 2 kickoff.
I love it.
We've had some changes. We've had some new projects going on behind the scenes. Yeah. Would you mind just kind of giving our partners an idea of what's going on with PayTrace right now?
Yeah. A lot of exciting things since I was on here and since you may have been on a Power30. A couple things that come to mind is that we have EMV 2.0 in the works and very excited about the next generation of EMV. Providing automated interchange optimization with level 3 is one of our unique niches, and to be able to have level 3 transactions come through in that retail space is a big deal for many organizations. And so our last reader, it was a Gen 1 product, did some cool stuff and had some headaches. And quite frankly, some of the feedback that we've gotten from some of you is that it was expensive, it was hard to support, didn't work in every environment. And we've been taking that feedback. We saw it on show and tell last week. That was amazing show and tell from our technology team. Ran an EMV transaction within our system. And so absolutely stoked to get that out. Can I say stoked?
You can say stoked,
okay. Yeah. I'm dating myself right now.
Good vernacular.
But much needed improvements. This is also an opportunity. I'll tell you, get on the chat, email my team, call client support. This is the appropriate time to get feedback in to make the next version of EMV better for your merchants. And but it's coming. It's really exciting.
Yeah,
some cool stuff since we did EMV a couple years ago.
And we're actually in beta testing with another product right now. I don't want to steal too much thunder from future Power30s, but do you want to maybe just quick teaser on that?
Yeah, I think you're alluding to the payment link project. So one of our most popular products, so the thing that our resellers sell the most and add value to their customers is the email and invoice, and some of the other names that it's known by. Shopping cart. But I think Scott Judkins, our CEO, actually wrote that code for that product, I don't know, a long time ago. It's needed a refresh.
Yeah.
And new product. It's beautiful, elegant, solves some cool problems, has some nifty features on there. And, we have 400 merchants using it right now, the new version.
Yeah.
And in the next few weeks, I think in the next, certainly within the next month, that will be wide release. So if you have merchants on that, definitely, let them know new improvements on the way and better products coming soon.
Yeah.
Payment link.
Yeah. So stay tuned, guys. In the very near future, we're going to have some more information on that. We'll have some training, some more webinars on that. We're pretty stoked about the new payment link. So coming up soon. So that's pretty awesome. We've got some really cool projects going on right now. I know when we kind of proposed this new Power30, something that we wanted to kind of tease out is the conversation around interchange optimization, interchange management. That's always kind of percolates up to the top with us.
Yeah.
One question that I've been getting pretty frequently on a lot of my trainings is kind of when we're going over how PayTrace handles it. We've got kind of this automated technology.
Yeah, leveraging technology.
What are their card brands' thoughts on how PayTrace handles that?
Yeah, it's a great question. We hear this a lot. And really excited to see lots of improvements on how PayTrace helps merchants be more productive with their day. And I think earlier this spring, you went to ETA in Vegas this last year, right? And so while I was in ETA, got to meet with a couple of the card brands, had lunch with them, and continuing the conversation, we meet with them very regularly. And, at the time we were getting some feedback. Some of our merchants were, not providing quality data, and we made some aggressive changes to make sure that it really was great information that's getting back to the banks. And one of the feedback that we got from one of the associations is they've never worked with an organization that worked as quickly as PayTrace. And that was a big deal for us. We understand that our resellers and our merchants trust us to get the best data, to get them lower rates for level 2 and level 3 transactions. And we made some really significant improvements to the automation with that. And, got the green light from them that they like it. It's helping merchants, do what they need to do to stay within compliance with the card brand rules. So that's never going to end, quite frankly, right? I mean, we see changes all the time, and we're just going to continue to be nimble and help merchants. So
tied in with that, one other question to kind of piggyback off that is merchants want to know, and our partners want to know, what are some best practices that merchants can do to basically ensure that they're getting the best interchange qualification?
Well, I mean, working with informed partners, PayTrace being one of those tools, I think can really make the difference in that regards. We're not interested in gaming the system, right? We're not cheating here. I think there's a lot of folks that, have that concern that there's something underhanded happening. But technology is just making life easier. We often say, I think we even said this on Power30 before, why are we asking merchants to put in their zip code?
Yeah.
We know that, right? We know that. The information that resellers get from merchants helps us make their life easier. And, I would just say that if they have questions, attend more of your trainings, right? Because it's a very complicated subject, right? It's not going to be answered in 30 seconds. If they need a demo, schedule a demo with the client support team. Get the training that you need. There's a lot of documentation, on our website, and give us a call. We will help you. There's not a pat answer to, waving a wand and suddenly everything is just cheaper. It's not how the game works.
Right.
But there are, a series of rules, and if you play by the rules, you can, score more points.
Yeah, I want to call it out. Interchange is probably the most complex thing I think in our industry. Right. And our goal is to really make sure that we're simplifying it for merchants and for partners.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of always changing stuff, and we're trying to be a resource to help you guys stay on top of that.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in this industry for a long time. My first project was moving merchants from calling in and getting paid by a phone call, right? Mashing the numbers on the phone to trying to put a terminal on their desk. That was automation, right? We were automating their merchant ID number. We were automating asking for the zip code, right? I mean, even then, and this is the next iteration of that technology. So
you dated yourself a
I
little
did
bit
date
there.
myself, yes. Yeah.
Oof.
So,
you've been doing this a while.
Let's not go there. Moving on. What's the next question?
Let's find out. What's the next question? Made some jabs at your flamingo shirt.
Good. Yeah. I like
fantasy
that.
football, a little bit on what we're doing. Our marketing team did something pretty cool recently. Shout out to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
On staying industry experts on interchange optimization.
Yeah.
Right. We want to make sure that we've got tools and resources that are front and center for our partners. So do you want to talk about maybe a little bit of what they've done?
Yeah. I mean, I find one of the most powerful pieces on our website is the love of money, right? Interchange optimization. It's right off the front banner right now. If that's not one of your favorites, I highly suggest that. It's a great resource in even having the conversation with merchants and trying to explain this complicated subject. And, rates are subject to change every April and October. Visa and MasterCard have the right to change that. There was a little bit of a scare this last April. Rumor was going around, MasterCard is ending level 3. And, in every rumor, there's an element of truth in that. And there were certain MasterCard interchange rates that were no longer going to qualify for those best rates. Yeah. And, if you've been around, that's not news. Visa and MasterCard want to, grow their business and tackle emerging markets, and they were making some adjustments. At the end of the day, MasterCard still does level 3 in a lot of different areas. And if you go to that website, you'll see it. Rates were updated, right? So now you have that information.
Yeah. James, do we have that pulled up right now? Do we have that available to show? Just so folks know how to get there. Yeah. So if you go right to our website, paytrace.com, right on the front page, it's on that banner that Eric was talking about. It just kind of rotates around.
Scroll through
there.
Yeah.
I think we even put up a new link for it down on the bottom of the page. Do we want to pull that up? That might even be a little bit easier.
It's always there. A couple things on there I love to see, and I think there's a great sales tool. PayTrace, $33 billion processed, and including $16 billion.
Yeah.
Though even those numbers are dated because that was last year's information, and those numbers continue to trend in the right direction. And so it is still a real opportunity within the industry.
And I think that those numbers kind of add a lot of credibility, right? We're not just tooting our own horn with that.
Well,
but
that's what I'm. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So
It's
a good call.
Merchants want to know who they're working with.
Exactly.
And the fact that we have some numbers to support that is
expertise.
Exactly. Thank you.
Keep that on speed dial. Lots of great resources there.
Excellent. Well, I want to, wow, looks like we've been getting a lot of questions coming through. Marketing's telling me, Sam, take a break and let's answer some questions. So let's do that. Chad says, hi, Eric.
Well, hi, Chad. Good to see you.
I love it. Let's see what this one is. Oh, okay. Butch. Hey, Butch. Butch has been very active with PayTrace lately.
Yeah.
He's one of our internal favorites. Super nice guy. love to see you on here, Butch. Butch wants to know, what is the process to get a professional, well-trained agent from PayTrace to train new clients?
Yeah, great question. And getting merchants off to a good start is super important, especially when it comes to retention. The easiest way is to call into client support and realize that I like the people in client support. They legitimately are good at what they do. Of that team, there are certain personalities that you'll find that you like better, and certain personalities that just do trainings amazing. Like Nicole comes to mind, wonderful trainer. Right? I love working with Nicole. And but just schedule a training, and that's one of the cool resources that PayTrace offers. Is we want merchants to get off to a good start. We don't charge for trainings. Just grab the calendar, grab a time. I often will even just have the merchant do that. Yeah. I mean, it's an online calendar. Grab a time that works for you. If it's a large association, we've oftentimes done group trainings. We're really passionate about making merchants happy. We understand this is a big deal, but I would leverage that as often as you can. Yeah, schedule a training.
And if it is a very large client, Butch, like you say you have, which is awesome, right? Schedule that training and give us a call prior to the training. Give us as much detailed information about this merchant that can really help make that transition go smoothly, right?
Absolutely.
We want to make that learning curve very simple. Yeah, great question.
I agree.
Cool. Oh, and Butch also says, I love PayTrace, is where I focus 95% of my new clients.
Fantastic. Well, thank you.
Thanks, Butch. Let's get that other 5%.
Place them where they need to be.
Yeah. Ooh, we got a long one. Alana or Elena. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. So Alana has a new client who wants a mag strip that connects to their computer. They don't want to hand type into the computer, and the strip that connects to their cell phone is very intimidating.
Sure.
I guess the question is, what are some solutions maybe that
Well, first off, wonderful feedback. I think we're asking for that, and I agree. We want to make this very convenient. Merchants, especially in the retail space, convenience is a big time deal. Our first generation of EMV, there wasn't even Quick Chip at the time, right? I mean, that wasn't even a certification when we did that. The new EMV is utilizing Quick Chip, and we're also investing in the technology to make it convenient. The new product is plug and play. I mean, if you remember our old card readers that would plug in USB, it's very similar to that. Even the size of the device is similar. Yeah. Even the price point is similar. So all of those are feedback that we're getting, and we're excited. We'll be able to show it to you. In the future.
Yeah. So. And in the meantime, Alana, it sounds like that you just boarded this merchant. If you do have questions or issues or anything that's coming to the forefront right now, leverage our client support. Right, they're going to be your best resource.
In the interim, the Ingenico device is a good device. It is plug and play. It has some dependencies. Java comes to mind that we're looking to eliminate in future iterations. But it is available right now. So,
so good stuff there.
Yep.
Casey brought up a good question here.
Yeah.
I think you got him very excited about EMV.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are excited about EMV.
I'm stoked about EMV.
There's a lot of stokage going on right now. One of the current things that always comes to the forefront with our existing EMV product is that it's only supported on the TSYS processing network.
Yeah.
Do we have a plan of implementation with 2.0 with what that looks like?
Do we have a plan? Yes, we have a plan. And the plan is on TSYS initially. We do, most of our resellers use TSYS, and has been one of the feedback that we got in the past, and we're very excited about moving that to First Data, probably as a second option. Timeframes on that are not determined, just to be honest, and our goal on this is to get it out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to let that certification hold up rolling it out, but we have made some structural changes within our development group to get product out, get value to our resellers and our merchants more quickly. And so just to be frank, we're interested in what can we do next week. I'll just tell you, getting on First Data is not going to happen next week. Getting through the current certification and making sure things like the encryption work flawlessly, that's what we're working on in this next 2-week cycle. And so
kind of just adding incremental value.
Absolutely.
All the time.
It's the exact question that merchants are asking you. What did you do for me today, right? And so I can't answer what we're going to do in a month, but I can tell you what we're working on today.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Alana had another question on here. Alana was the one that had the client support deal. She wants to know, where's the best way to schedule demos? Do you kind of want to just walk through that product, or I'm happy to answer that one.
Go for it.
I'll knock that out. James, do you want to pull up our website really quick for me if you can? This is a super common question, and this is really one of the best resources that you have at your disposal, guys, if you want to close more merchant accounts on PayTrace. If you do want to schedule a demo or a training with us, you can go to our homepage and click on the Sales Partners tab that's up at the very top. Follow along real time. And if you scroll down about halfway through this page, you'll get to a section that says 5-star support. There we go. And you'll see a bunch of links on there. You've got some videos and stuff. You've got sales training. So shameless plug, if you want to talk to me offline, one-on-one, job security, right?
Yeah.
So schedule some time with me. But those two that are on the right there, merchant demonstrations and merchant operations trainings, are very important, because that's where you're going to get a hold of our training team, our client support team, to help you sell and train these new accounts. So feel free to follow those links, guys. This is, again, it's a free service. We want you guys to be successful. So absolutely take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I'll just, maybe from my experience, when I was selling PayTrace, I would take advantage of this, even though I knew how the product worked, because I wanted to make sure it was a good match for the merchant.
Right.
And so I would position PayTrace as a technology provider and just say, I want to make sure it's a good match for you. Let's schedule a demo. It's a very low risk question to get them to say yes. And my experience was, half of the customers, half of my prospects that I got on a demo would sign up for me.
Yeah.
Just simply because they would look at it, begin the engagement process, and it would just naturally lead to, well, how do we get this going?
Yeah.
And then if it didn't, it was low risk because I could blame it on PayTrace.
There you go.
It's not a good match. I still was in the game, right? I had an opportunity to still gain that business, but it was a fantastic tool to schedule the demo.
Yeah.
So I would take advantage of that, especially with big clients.
And your data is funny because it's actually in line with our own internal reporting data. You're about half your businesses signed up.
Yeah.
That's about the data that we've gotten from our client support team.
It's a good way to go.
Yeah.
So 50% close is not a bad way to go.
I'll take that all day.
Good question.
Cool. We're getting flooded, so I think we might just keep doing questions for a while. That's cool. All right.
Thumbs up.
So we did talk a little bit about some current projects. We have a couple other things going on, but Kelly had a question here about surcharging and cash discount programs.
Yeah.
Do you have any insight on kind of what PayTrace is looking at with that?
Yeah. Well, obviously, it's the talk of the town,
Yep.
right? I mean, you can't go to ETA. You can't go. We were at Midwest a few weeks ago. Everybody's talking about surcharging. And, taking off my sales manager hat, I believe merchants want options, right? And so I think that is pretty clear. Putting my sales manager hat back on, we're actively researching what do we need to do. And to be in compliance, we want this carded brands to be happy, using that product. We don't want merchants to get in trouble to the degree that we can manage that. I would be remiss in just saying we're not working on it in this next 2 weeks, right? What we are working on is what would we need to do to offer that as an option. And so we're highly interested in that, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
So of the projects we're working on, surcharging is not in Q4, just to be plain. But I would be surprised if that continued to be the case throughout 2020.
Yeah. And you called something out there, Eric, that was pretty important, was we're trying to gather information. We're getting feedback, right? As our partners see needs or gaps for their selling, for their merchants, what's the best way for them to communicate that with us?
Yeah, absolutely. Client support, obviously my team, sales@paytrace.com. Talk to your account executive, get that feedback to them. Super helpful for us, especially in the industries in which we play, the B2B space, professional office space, as we get data for that saying, yeah, we have a big client and they are wanting surcharging, right? Or they are wanting cash discount. And what that means to you, we want to hear that data, quite frankly. Yeah, I hesitate saying this. I would also, stay tuned for the PowerLink presentation or Payment Link. I said PowerLink. I'm getting this.
Payment Link.
Payment Link, because there's some wrinkles in that could be intriguing to you.
Yeah.
So set that up.
Yeah, definitely. Another question here from Peter. Peter is asking us, what trade shows are we going to be attending in the future?
Yeah. Going to be consistently at ETA, right? So so for sure we'll be doing that. We've done Southeast. You went with me to Southeast? Northwest, okay. And so we've been to a couple of those. We went to Midwest this year. We will not be going to Western states. And I don't know. We haven't made a decision on 2020. We are starting to see some of our partners would prefer us to go to some of the industry shows in regards to industries that we play well in. So construction industry, ISV partner industries. And so quite frankly, that's a little bit more intriguing to us right now than some of the regionals. So if there is one that you want us to attend, definitely let us know. I would also say this, we're seeing more partners come out here.
I was going to bring that up. Yeah.
So great minds think alike. So beautiful Spokane, Washington, sunny and hot here. We've got Coeur d'Alene Lake nearby. You can come through, actually see our office, let us know. We'll put you up in a hotel maybe. And
all right.
Not a bad deal. You heard it from me. I mean, we want that engagement. So if you're interested in coming out here, let me know.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best ways that we learn from partners is, getting that face-to-face engagement. There's a lot more that you can get done in person than just on a phone call.
I love that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Cool. Good one. Great question. Butch is chatty today. Butch just wanted to let us know that he set a merchant up with the IPP 320 this week, and he says it works like a charm.
Works like a charm.
So
thank you, Butch.
Love that feedback.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
We love positive feedback. Carrie's here. Hey, Carrie. Carrie wants to know any update on new mobile readers for iPhones.
Yeah.
Anything with that, or any updates with our mobile app? Not currently.
No, not in this next 2 weeks.
Okay.
So this new product potentially can work mobile. We've used it on our laptop. We've used it. There's some questions, can it work in a tablet?
Sure.
And the cool thing about the new product, though, I would say, is that it also is going to work via our API. And so the ability to integrate that directly into your software is going to be, what do you call that? It's going to happen on day one.
Yeah.
And so that leaves the option for PayTrace Go as an option.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying it's happening, but it's now technically feasible, whereas with the old product, it wasn't feasible. It also means that if you are working with an integration partner that has been wanting to offer EMV, now it's game on.
Yeah.
Right. And I would just say, if you have had integration partners, and I've worked with a lot of people in a lot of different industries that have had, this as a pain point, you should be contacting our integrations team, and let's get on the list. We had an integration partner in the office, a week ago?
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to get our developer, and we're going to send them some readers to test.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Yeah. It's high on my wish list, Carrie. So we would agree with you. That's a big deal.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that we want to do. There's some cool projects out there.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have time for about one more question. We're getting close to the end of this Power 30. I think we're at Power 28 right now. So for the last 2 minutes.
All right. Last 2 minutes.
This question always pops up, but partners want to know, when they're selling out there in the market.
Yeah.
Right. What are the big differentiators from PayTrace compared to some of the other gateways that are out there? Right. What really sets PayTrace apart?
What sets PayTrace apart? The thing that comes to mind for me is obviously the interchange optimization.
Yeah.
Level 2, level 3 is a big deal, but at the end of the day, what we're talking about is quality data, right? It's following the industry best practices, right? And so that has impacts not just on interchange; it has impacts on things like chargebacks, right? Are we causing chargebacks? It's productivity. We've had clients that have said, look, we are literally spending hours of payroll, typing this data in, and we love to be able to leverage technology. So it's a productivity driver is what it comes down to. in my experience, I sold literally hundreds of PayTrace accounts. If they processed more than 10 grand a month, then PayTrace was always less expensive than the gateway costs. And you just can't say that about very many terminals or other solutions that are out there.
Yeah.
That productivity actually more than erases the cost of the product. So there's value there.
Yeah. I also want to call out our client support. We've brought it up a few times today, but our client support is unmatched, I think.
And I wouldn't just say client support. You got Sam, right? You have people that care. And at the end of the day, I mean, we have problems, right? Things break. It's technology, but the absolute commitment from the top to fix those things and be nimble is a real deal. Yeah. And so it's, at the end of the day, technology is cool, but you need to have a trusted partner and someone that you can, trust these relationships with. And the people make a difference.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Cool. Well, guys, I think that's about all the time that we have for today. If you do have any other follow-up questions, or maybe we didn't get to your question, please reach out to us directly. You can get a hold of the sales team at sales@paytrace.com.
Yep.
Any questions for Eric, we'll direct it to him, or you can get a hold of me at salestraining@paytrace.com. Stay tuned for the next Power 30. It's coming up hopefully here pretty soon. We'll have some more information to come. Check out our blog.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys spending the time.
Thanks,
Thank you,
man.
Sam.
Mahalo.
Yep.